I'm Anna-Esther Younes. I'm a German Palestinian scholar. I grew up in Berlin, on the east side, in fact, on the other side of the river, with the wall right at the end of my street. So for the past 10 years, I've been under attack by German media, but also private institutions for my academic and journalistic work relating anti-Semitism to anti-Muslim racism. It's particularly painful to see that I'm being surveilled for my journalism and my academic scholarship when my mother was already surveilled in the GDR. In 2019, I was disinvited from an event on anti-racism. And in the weeks following, I received a file that was leaked to me, which describes that I'm a supporter of anti-Semitism, Islamism, and sexism. And that file was the basis for my disinvitation from that event on anti-racism. The organization that collects this data is called RIAS. So what RIAS does is to gather a file about me with entirely distorted representations of my work as well as my Facebook posts. This file was then sent to a politician in private, circulated behind my back, and within that political institution, getting me disinvited from the event on anti-racism on the ticket on the basis that I am the actual anti-Semite and supporter of Islamism and sexism and hence should not partake. So some of the examples that are mentioned in the file is an article that I published in 2010 about the women's movement in Hamas, and merely working on that subject is already grounds enough to accuse me of supporting Hamas and of supporting sexism. Another example is a letter in support of Max Blumenthal and David Sheen by the German kind of Jewish Voice for Peace that wrote a letter in support, and I signed that as well. Or Professor Judith Butler is my supporter. That's apparently a bad thing. Knowing that there is a file about me has in many ways kind of supported what we already assumed, many of us. I mean, that there's the sense of being surveilled anyways, of being watched. But having the material proof in your hands actually can be seen as some kind of relief, but also some kind of proof for, the existence of your repression, because we also live in a state where people don't believe that this is possible again. I think we have come to a point in Germany where things are getting so polarized that more and more people understand that we are afraid of losing our jobs. We can't really freely speak in public. We're being surveilled. But on the other hand, I also see an increase in protest culture that wants to fight against that. So I guess for the future, we will need to continue talking so that maybe we can bring about change and increase the pressure.